Hey, welcome to my channel. Um, yeah, I'm assuming that you came from the video that I just posted on TikTok or Instagram, or even from the shorts from the YouTube. I was just recording the the video in Portuguese, and if you speak Portuguese, you can. I have a Portuguese only channel, and yeah, you can check that out. It's the same name, like you just type it on the YouTube Curliab and you will find me or my dad's channel, whatever, because we have the same name. And okay, so the video that I just post on the social media, and I apologize for the mess, okay, because I wasn't ready to record a video. I was just getting ready to go to bed because it's already 10 p.m. and I was going to bed to sleep, because tomorrow I have things to do. I was reading before going to bed, and I could learn a lot of things from the John chapter 11, and this is just amazing. The way that God, while I was reading, the way that God was like speaking to me. Like while the more I was reading, the more the Lord was speaking and speaking and speaking. And I was like, bro, I need to record a video. Like the Lord is starting to put in my heart, like, you need to share this message. And this is what I'm gonna do now. So I don't want to waste your time. I want to be like really quick here. And in the verse 4, it says, this sickness will not end in death. No, it is for God's glory, so that God's Son may be glorified through it. And once again, this situation that you are going through right now, this season, this valley, it's not for your death. It's so that God can be glorified through it. Because, unfortunately, we raise a generation of people that think that they only think about the self. It's all about me. It's me, myself, and I. Like, Lord, give me. Lord, I need this. Lord, I want this. But no, we need to understand that everything that we do in our lives, Paul talks about it. In anything you do, whether you eat, whether you drink, doesn't matter. In everything you're doing in your life, you need to do it for God. You need to do it to God, because it's all for His glory and not for our glory. Like, if you give 100% of your life to God, doesn't matter the situation you go through, doesn't matter the valley, the problem you go through, because God will always perform a miracle, because it's always, every single time for His glory. He said, let us go back to Judea. I'm sorry, but I don't know if that's the right name for it in English. But yeah, this is what Jesus says. And the disciples would tell him, a short while ago, the Jews tried to stone you. They tried to kill you. And yet you are going back? What do you mean, Jesus? This is crazy. You want to go back to the place that they tried to kill you? And one thing I learned from this is that in the same place that people will try to kill your dreams, the devil will try to kill your plans, is the same place that God will perform a miracle. It's the same place that God will bring death into life. Later in the verse 17, we realize that Lazarus was dead in the tomb for 4 days. And in the verse 20, Martha heard that Jesus was coming. She went out to meet him, but Mary stayed at home. And Lord, Martha said to Jesus, if you had been here, my brother would not have died. And this is something that we can learn to not do in some situations in our life. We need to have faith that it doesn't matter how long it takes, because God has a plan for everything. So even if it takes 1 day, 1 hour, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, a month, a year, God has the perfect timing for everything. God will never, never, never be late to something. Even if for you, it seems like there's no way out, like even if you look at the situation, it's completely like a chaos, God has a perfect plan for this situation. God has a perfect plan for everything. And in the verse 39, there's a very important thing that I've learned. So pay attention. Jesus said, take away the stone. And this is very important. Just this verse, we can learn a lot of things from this verse. And one of the things is that God will not do everything for you. You know, there's a part that you need to do. You need to do your own part. I know it's heavy. The stone is heavy, right? Because if you look at the images of the stone that they used to put in caves, it's pretty heavy and it's big, you know, so you need to put some effort on it. And yeah, it's heavy. It's hard to do this job, but you still need to do it because God will do the impossible. That's what the Bible says in Luke. God is the God of impossible things. So you need to do what is ordinary, and God will do the extraordinary. Even after Jesus asked them to move the stone, they started to make up some excuses, saying, "Oh no, but it stinks there," you know, like, "Oh no." You may be thinking, "Oh no, God, you know, like I don't need to do it," you know, like, it's too much for me, God. I can handle it, you know, like what Jesus said. Did I not tell you that if you believe, you will see the glory of God? So there are a couple of things that we can learn from it. Okay. First, you need to have faith to move the stone. I know it's hard. I know it stinks, right? But you need to move the stone. I don't know what it seems like to you in the situation you are right now, but you need to do the work. You need to do the ordinary so God can perform the miracle, so God can do the extraordinary. And in the verse 41 says, so they took away the stone. Then Jesus looked up and said, Father, I thank you that you have heard me. This is another thing. This is another thing that we can learn from it, okay? First, what is the first thing I said? You need to move this stone. You need to have faith to move this stone. The second thing, you need to thank God. You need to be grateful for everything that he has done in your life. What I want to tell you is that God didn't die so he can do all things for you. No, he died so through him, you can do all things because he strengthens you. That's what Paul says. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So first, you need to have faith to do your own part. You need to have faith to move the stone. Second, you need to have a thankful heart. You need to be grateful in your life, in everything you do. You need to be grateful and do everything for the glory of God and not for your own glory. And the third lesson we can take from this whole chapter, and there's a lot of things we can learn from it, but I don't want to take much of your time, but it's in the verse 43, which says, when he has said this, Jesus called in loud voice, Lazarus, come out. And the dead man came out. Okay, first thing, you need to have faith to move the stone and do your own part. Second, you need to have a grateful life. You need to be thankful. Third, you need to declare. You need to speak life over your own life. You need to declare blessings over your life so you can have a life of miracles. You need to declare blessings of your kids. You need to declare blessings of your spouse, of your husband, of your wife, of your job, over everything. Stop complaining and start to declare blessings over everything. If you do these things, I'm sure, and I can assure you from the Bible, that it will work out. If you do everything, your life will be better and you will start living a life of miracles. Well, this is it. I don't want to take much of your time. If you like this, please leave a like, leave a comment, and share this with whoever needs to hear this, okay? I've learned a lot from what I was reading here, and I hope you could take some lesson from it, you know. And thank you again, and I hope you have a blessed night or a blessed day, whatever. Well, have a blessed week, and be blessed. God bless you. Bye-bye.